Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, back with another Kamihime project video. And this one's going to be a pre-event discussion for both Pazuzu. Well, I can't do pre-event for the other one because it's already happening, but it's going to be a guild order discussion too for the current guild order event. I'm going to probably do that one as well. And sorry about not putting up a video of this recently. I've mainly been trying to show out that demo I've long promised of the game I've been creating. It's posted as pretty much the channel preview video, but it's still fairly recent. And also we have a return of the Menghuo crossover. I suggest you do it because everything's reset. It's also included the magic jewels and all that too. Good to know if you want to save them up for somebody or blow them at Karen, who I honestly want to try and get. I just can't go for her until next paycheck. But anyways, definitely try to get Menghuo at the very least. I don't know if they'll let you get Guan Yu and Lubu. Lubu's decent. Guan Yu's actually a good win buffer. But that's only if you really need them. As far as it goes, the main reason you want to do this event is to get the gacha tickets, which also reset, but also to get Menghuo, who's very, very good as a sub. She can go over 2,000 in attack, and then on top of that, she gives you an attack buff. Now, if you somehow need it, she can give you 40% HP increase, set as a main. So, yeah. Be quite honest, her in combination with 100% Adon is not a bad idea. Like, if you need the extra HP to survive, make sure to pair it with 100% Adon. Otherwise, I wouldn't go out my way to use her, unless you're putting her as a sub. Never ever put her as a main unless you're like either just starting out or you really need the HP increase. But if you need the HP increase, either your defender sucks, which is most likely for fire, or you're doing something wrong. But anyways, getting on with this Pazuzu, we're going to find out about her. She's actually pretty good at Dolan from what I can tell because her attack power is pretty up there, and then on top of that, she's got a decent summon effect. And if you still need somebody for win, there you go. But I know for a fact that she's worth going after, more or less. Even if you try to sell her for Dawn Orbs. They never give us a status for all this stuff for expert and standard and all that. Unfortunately, you're going to have to figure it out on your own. They only really care about Ultimate and Ragnarok if it happens. See, I'm not getting too much info on this. They didn't put too much info on this. See, this is where Kamihime Project might be slipping a bit. Because, the wiki doesn't have much of crap. And to be quite honest, if the wiki doesn't have much of anything, neither is Harem Battle Club if I still was on that. So, well, I am, just not for Kamihime Project. So, yeah, we might be in the dark a little bit. I mean, I can more or less go from what they've got on here from Ultimate and compare it to Ragnarok, but yeah. But from what I'm seeing, you can get hit with darkness and poison, and everybody gets hit pretty hard for normal. And for the raging nuke she'll do, will pretty much do a lot of damage to everybody. And then on top of that, put burning on them, which takes a chunk of your HP. 12% is nothing to sneeze at. So you're definitely going to want some ability to cleanse that stuff. But hey, guess what? The advantage team is fire. Chances are you're not going to be able to. Fire is more about damage, so honestly, try to get the strongest hitters you can. If you have somebody that can cleanse, bring them. But you're more or less trying to nuke this boss in oblivion. My fire team's my second strongest team, I do believe, if not my wind. I should have a good time with this. Actually, I think I got my fire team close to, if not past, 100% assault. So, I'm going to have fun with this. Especially considering that they can buff the crap out of themselves. That's why they can deal a lot of damage. And if they get debuffs in there, it's a done deal. So, yeah. But the thing is, though, it seems she can double hit. I'm not sure. If she's got the same effect as Cybele Unleashed, that's a problem. Because you're always getting hit twice. That's pretty bad. And I don't know what a creeper is, so unfortunately, I don't know what her trigger ability does. So, yeah, see, that's not good. They need to update the wiki a little bit more, so I'm not, unfortunately, going to have as much info as I wish I had. I can figure it out as I go along, but more or less it's like, yeah. But standard stuff applies. We're going to find out what both of these weapons do, honestly. And see if they're worth it. One of them usually gets a final break anyways later down the line, but we'll figure it out as I look through this stuff. But yeah, Pazuzu, you probably should go after her. You probably should. She's very good, actually, from what I can tell. Especially for people that need wind. But, same standard stuff. Tickets, points if you need them, but I wouldn't go past... Well, honestly, they're cheap to be getting with, so... Again, get what you need on the holy points. Although it's not a bad idea to try and stock up on them now, because, we're eventually going to get something where we can upgrade our souls again, and it's going to need holy soul points. Or, not holy soul points, but soul points, period. So, you're going to want those. I don't think you need to go out of your way to get them unless you really have nothing else you're trying to aim for, but yeah. And the demonic... I mean, they say demon jewels on here, but they're really magic jewels. Those things are honestly time-consuming to try and rack up. 90 of the gold drop is nothing to sneeze at. So if you're going to go after these things, you're going to need a lot of materials. It's easier to do on the Menghuo thing if you've done the first time around, because you probably got her maxed out already, but yeah. Not to mention the SSR weapon on Menghuo is not too worth it. We'll see though. But Pazuzu, she grants darkness when she hits the when she hits enemies, so yeah. I found out it's darkness, so... But she works like the light and dark 100% are doing, so... You want full effect for her? Get decked out with wind ones for subs. That's the unfortunate thing. Now... The weapons... don't seem too bad. Either one of them. We have a gun that actually pried and actually has a nice amount of attack power. Then we have a double weapon that works as not only an assault but also a recovery increase for wind. I can see a little bit of uses out of that considering the fact that Gaia has that recovery ability, especially if you awakened her. And I forgot what weapon it was exactly. I can look it up for you. But my Shingen has a weapon equipped where when she does a burst, she heals everybody for 3,000. That will get upped even further with this weapon. So, I can see some uses out of these. I definitely still need some more assault weapons for wind. Because not all my SSR is assault. I might get them both. But, I'm definitely aiming for that spear more than anything else. It's the cheaper of the two, and then on top of that, it's got some very good stuff, honestly. When you get dual effects and you can't get Defender, that recovery increase is definitely needed. You want your heals to do more eventually. But here's what we're working with when it comes to these challenges. It's the same typical ones, clear without elixirs, clear with certain rarities. The main thing is the ultimate dark. You need a darkness team for ultimate. That's not too bad. But if you're doing the R challenge for ultimate along with a dark team, then you might have a little bit of problems. Darkness, R girls in darkness ain't really too strong. They can debuff the crap out of something, but not in the form of attack and defense. They're more damage over time. So you can get a lot of extra damage considering that our characters are far outclassed by the others, but that's the best you'll get for help, honestly. But yeah, this is more or less lacking some info, so I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can really do about that. But it is what it is, because when people don't keep up on things, this is what happens, unfortunately. But yeah, I definitely want to get both of those weapons. Anyways, part 1's done earlier than I expected. Part 2. Guild Order is against St. Nickolas. I already don't like how this fight is. I've taken a glance at some of the stuff that happens, but... And I also heard that you're probably going to want to try and force her into raging with your burst and then sit up and avoid debuffing her. I don't know. It depends. But, we'll figure this out as we go. Now, it's the standard stuff. One of these enemies you're going to want to kill first. It's looking like the satyr who's got the double charge. Unfortunately, one of them can paralysis you. So, you might want to kill it first. But see, all of them are pretty bad if you really want to be honest. One unit's going to get hit with paralysis and one's going to get hit with dazzle. It looks like it. You got to deal with a lot of paralysis and dazzle by the looks of this first battle, so it's very difficult, but mainly the satyr's a more dangerous one, but the Zampman can sip and paralysis you like every 2 turns, so. And they all got low turn charges too. That's not fair. Like, this is one of the most unfair setups, if you really want to be honest. But, second round. Darkness, darkness, darkness. Very dangerous. Now, they also seem to reduce your burst gauge. They also seem to hit you with poison. But the darkness thing, you're going to miss 30. You're going to make 30% of your attacks from what it's saying over off onto the side. Get rid of darkness as soon as you can, should you be hit with it. But here's where it gets interesting. You got the Demogorgon, who's normally the mid boss, get hit 5 times randomly. Battle 4, you got. It looks like all the enemies are going to get hit with a triple rate increase for 30 seconds. Good luck. Just off of that, it's very bad. But then on top of that, somebody hits you randomly 4 times, and that's probably the one you want to kill off first. But then there's another one giving barrier like every 2 turns, so yeah. That's annoying, but it's manageable. And you know, enemy barriers tend to happen to have attacks getting nullified, so your first 2 attacks on enemies that's under that barrier is not getting affected. However, though, this is where it gets very, very annoying. I've seen this part thoroughly. It says regeneration and defense down on the first turn. I don't know if that defense down goes to herself or to your team. If it's to your team, that's very dangerous. But it says it's permanent. It says regeneration buffing is ineffective. So I don't know if she's like increasing her regen buffing, I don't know. I don't know where that defense down's going. If it's to herself, then that's something. But the fact that she regens 10,000 per turn, if you somehow aren't doing that much damage, you've got a problem. But even then, the recovery per turn is annoying. And you cannot avoid this, period. Her normal nuke, though, 3 times you'll get hit randomly. But it also buffs herself, her attack power. That's pretty bad. But it gets even worse. Raging nuke, and you want her to stay out of raging as much as possible. She deals roughly, it says 1,500 damage per debuff landed on her. Mordred is going to give you a very bad time in this fight. And anybody that works like her. So, that said, keep your debuffs minimal. Like, if I did try to take this on with my Darkness team, I would be glad to the fact that I have SSR Mon who can reduce defense by 25%. That means less debuffing I'd have to do if that defense down's on her. So, yeah. With that Raging Nuke, be very, very careful. Very, very careful. And here's the interesting thing about the missions. You have to use Arthur for the first week, and the second week you have to use John and clear. They're both rather decent souls to have, so you're in a good position there. Here's where you're probably not in a good position. You know, you got the normal rarities and all this type of stuff, clear with somebody's 5 people surviving, yada yada yada. Second week, no one has to die. You can't get anyone dead. There's something where you have to have 2 or more healers. If you're going for darkness, good luck finding healers. See, this is one of the times where you can use pretty much any elemental team, and I would try to do that. Because honestly, you have to use 2 healers, and at the same time, use an attack, a balance, a tricky, and defense if you want to try and clear those at the same time. You have to use R rarity or less with 3 people. The last battle has to be cleared within 15 turns. This is a lot of stuff to be dealing with. So, that said, you're probably going to have a little bit of trouble with some of these missions, but the soul ones are giving you a break because John's good for defensive builds and Arthur's good for offensive. Hands down. And if you somehow have their relic weapons, they're even more overpowered. Especially in the case of Arthur, she's giving like a 40% attack buff for one of her relic weapons. And John, well, remember that 40% damage cut? It's a raw 60% damage cut if you get the right weapon, so, yeah. And that's the thing, as much as people try to go after Shingen or Herc, I'm no different because I've done it. Others have very good effects. Keep them in mind. Especially in the case if you're lacking a healer, you might want to go for Andromeda's relic weapon. Because that can help you out there too. I mean, I think one of them cuts a resurrection time down. I'm not fully sure if it does. But one definitely gives her a defense debuff. But yeah. They even give you some information here too to try and go after with different characters and all that. But they clear as they say damage cut is very good. Arthur makes it easier to sip and clear within 15 rounds. Yeah. But the advantage definitely is darkness, and if you're trying to do some of these missions with darkness, you're going to probably have a few times where it might be tricky. But anyways, that's all I got for this video, guys. I probably will take an attempt at this because, to be quite honest, I haven't done a guild order for a while because I've been trying to just build up teams and all this type of stuff. Guild orders will keep cycling and all that. Honestly, I could have had a bit more Ori outcome than I got already, but at the same time, too, I still want to be as strong as possible before attempting guild order. So, it's kind of like a little mixed bag. It's not like I can't clear them either, because some of these look like they are clearable for my light team, but yeah, especially considering the fact that we're cycling through all the elements. Next guild order is going to be a darkness boss. I'm going to have a freaking field day, but I do plan on at least attempting this guild order. Depending on how it goes, I'll probably upload a video of it. Pazuzu's the same story. I'm going to show off what she does and everything because we have little to no wiki info, and that's a bad thing. And then on top of that too is the fact that, again, Menghuo is back. I'm going after her because I have a level 85, not a level 100. And then the biggest thing too is the fact that getting two of her is not a bad idea either. I don't know if she drops from a platinum chest or not, but if I get her to drop from a platinum chest once, because I'm going to grind the crap out of this event in order to get the tickets and the magic jewels at least. But if I get her out of a platinum chest once, I'm going to level 102 of her. Just because the attack power is insane on her. So, yeah, I've got a few plans for this Kamihime project event session coming up. Because there's a lot of good stuff that's actually coming there. So, that said, expect more Kamihime project, obviously. And if I didn't do it already, the video of me gacha pulling is going to be up because, hey, guess what? I got something very interesting in that one, and I recorded it. You'll see, if you haven't already. It depends on when the video actually wants to upload. But anyways, that's all I got for this video, guys. Take care.